What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Bet Records for another fantasy football FanDuel video. We got NFL Week 8 skull-crushing Sunday matchups coming up for you guys. This is where winners become winners and losers, like Patrick Mahomes, might be a loser. So let's go ahead without further ado. I got Cole here as always. Let's jump right into this one. And speaking of Patrick Mahomes, we got the quarterbacks up first. Now, I personally think, Mahomes will come back this week, especially at home versus the Giants. But due to his salary, I think we're looking lower. Is that kind of what we're thinking here, Cole?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking more Dak Prescott. Even though he may be only a little bit cheaper, I think Dak Prescott against Minnesota in general is going to be another game like Minnesota and the Cardinals when they played. That was such a high-scoring game.
Yeah. I'm going to say they both had like 30 points. I believe Minnesota lost by a field goal towards the end there.
Yeah.
Cole, that means the Vikings almost beat the Cardinals. They would have had a loss, but that did not happen. But it's now, Cole, do we have to pick your boy Derrick Henry? He kind of let you down last week, didn't he?
I mean, he didn't let me down necessarily. He still got me 16 points, which isn't bad. And he threw a touchdown somehow.
That's right.
So that was pretty sweet.
That was funny.
I mean, I feel like he has to have a bounce back game because this is like last week was like his second least scoring game all year. Yep. So I think he has to have a backup. Like we have to go Chris. We have to go Henry for sure.
We have to go McCaffrey. All right, bet.
No, not McCaffrey.
Nope. He's got about 2 more weeks until we can even talk about him. So, and I like to grab that defense right away. I recommend this in your guys' personal lineups as well. Just get the defense out of the way if you need to make adjustments later on. Of course, go ahead and do that, $100 or something. But let's go ahead and bring our average cost down so we kind of know what we're working with here, I should say. Now, do we go ahead and grab the Bengals? I know they are kind of higher up on this list. I don't think it's a bad idea versus the Jets. Let's just kind of keep looking at the other teams here. We do have the Buffalo defense kind of at a cheaper salary than others because they are playing against Miami. Now, Tua is back. He had a good week last week against a terrible defense. Now they're playing the Bills. So I don't think that would be a bad bet there. They're averaging about 12 points per game. Cole, what are you thinking here? Panthers against Atlanta, a good matchup as well for a defense to snag.
Honestly, I kind of like your pick with the Bills.
Yeah.
Myself, or Cincinnati against the Jets. Those are definitely some of the best. I think you have to go to Cincinnati because they don't even know if Zach Wilson's going to play this week.
That's true. We'll go ahead and grab the Bengals. We might have to come back and grab Buffalo, if we need a couple $100 later on. But let's go ahead and snag the Bengals, get them out of the way. Let's go ahead and look at some wide receivers here. Now, I don't know if we're going to have enough salary for Kupp at this point. We got to average about $6,000 per player. So I'm thinking we might have to look kind of down this list here. I do think Kupp will have a good week, but
dude, Kupp has had an amazing week every single week. Yeah, no. Like he's averaging 23 points a game. Like, yeah,
you just gotta snag him, don't we?
I honestly feel like you'd have to because he's like literally the best wide receiver in the league right now.
Yeah, no, I
Houston.
Yep, right. No, which is true. And maybe Woods has his game, finally again after, I think it was week 3, he finally had a good game. Maybe it was week 4. Maybe they put Woods in the lineup and make some plays for him to have a good game against a, not so good secondary there in Houston. But let's kind of go back then at the running backs. I think we might have to get rid of Derrick Henry this week, Cole.
Yeah. Maybe
he is 10-5. We can look at Najee Harris, but he plays against the Browns, a good rush defense. Still could do that possibility. I think Eckler might be our next one here.
Yeah, we can take out Henry. Eckler has to do something after a bye week and not doing well the week previous.
The week prior, right?
A bounce back game. when they got
Yeah,
demolished by the Ravens. Yeah.
yeah, and that was the Herbert game as well. He didn't perform well, so they are at home as well. So hopefully they resort towards Eckler and that run game against a Patriots defense there. I like that pick as well. I do like Jonathan Taylor a lot, especially against Tennessee's defense. Looks like their rank, against the rush game is pretty decent, but I know overall their defense has not been up to par. Jonathan Taylor has been tearing it up, but there's still a lot of value down here. I mean, we got Kamara still. He does play against Tampa Bay
It's
this week.
James Robinson against a defense that is going to be out there constantly.
That's true against Seattle. We still got, the likes of Aaron Jones, who we talked about on our Thursday night video. If you want to go ahead and take a look at those injury reports that we did on that one.
What
We
about
could also
Cordero
go.
Patterson?
Want to look Patterson?
Yeah. I think Cordero Patterson would be a good choice because he's been doing really well every single week. Like everybody thought it was just going to be a fluke, and he has just continued to show that he is really freaking good. And the Panthers defense was gone because they were on the field the entire time last week. They even benched Sam Darnold. So
yeah, because I just was looking at last week. He still got 13 points. He had a rushing touchdown last week, but he's averaging, whether it's receiving or catching at that point, a touchdown almost every week. I mean, on average, give or take. So I think that's a good pick as well. We haven't seen him hit anything less than 7 points since week 1 when they didn't utilize him enough. And now he's kind of, that ace in their sleeve in the Atlanta offense there. So I do like that pick as well a lot. The other one I was looking at is maybe Damien Harris. We could see about a flex. We'll see later on maybe. But I do like his matchup as well this week. So kind of going down the list here, we are at 5,500 on average, Cole. So we got to do something. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at tight ends. We're going to look at some value picks here and kind of see what we want to do. So we got Jared Cook. I'm going to give you 3, maybe 4 names, Cole. You let me know where we are looking this week. We got Jared Cook down here, a good value pick. We got Higbee as well on the Rams against that Houston offense. We got Uzma, who I love now after his great performance last week, and who we've been just hating on week in and week out. But he's finally performed well, so I think he is definitely in the consideration this week. Fant, and then I would put Goddard in there as well. I know that's a good couple names, but Goddard is the only tight end now finally in Philadelphia, so hopefully he gets some more targets. Where are we looking in week 8 for a tight end?
I'm thinking more like Higbee. I like Higbee a decent amount. Plus he's a little bit cheaper. It's against the Houston defense.
Yep,
but
I kind of agree with
Rams too. That's the problem.
Yeah. I think just because of the value, we should go definitely Jared Cook or Higbee due to having someone on the Rams already. And the Patriots, passing offense is pretty decent. They might go for that bigger target this week for the end zone. I think I'm going to go ahead and override it, go with Jared Cook for this one due to the value and the potential for that upside this week here. So, let's go ahead and look at some more wide receivers. We got 2 wide receiver spots left, and then that final flex position to round this week's lineup off. Kind of looking at the 6,000 range. We could take one of these guys, and then we gotta, look down later on here. Brandon Cooks. I know he's against a good Rams defense. Might see a lot of balls this week, but the Rams defense is kind of making me a little nervous about choosing
I don't think
him.
I'd go Brandon Cooks.
Okay, yeah. Keep going down here. We got Jacoby Myers. They're going to have to throw the ball against the Chargers, of course. We do got Slate in here. Plays Monday night against Kansas City.
Yeah, but both Shepard and Tony are probably going to come back this week. So
yeah, and I saw, Galladay too, questionable. He should potentially play at that point as well. Then I'm assuming.
I kind of like. Crap. You should go up a little bit. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah.
Jacoby Myers. because they've been talking about like they've been using him a lot more in the offense for one, and two, he still has to get his first NFL touchdown.
Yeah. That is true. He had some good weeks against some harder defense here with Tampa Bay and the Saints as well. He hasn't been doing good against those easier teams just because they're so far ahead. No
Yeah.
need for Mac Jones to throw the ball, right? So
Yeah.
in this matchup against the Chargers at home, who we think should take the lead early on as well, I definitely agree with you. That's a great pick. I like that one a lot. And even Hunter Henry was someone I was debating for the tight end spot as well, just due to that matchup and kind of the potential this week in that
Yeah.
matchup. Let's go ahead and grab one more wide receiver and then finish this one off. Let's maybe grab a sleeper pick. Let's just go down and see what we can find, and then we can make some
Randall Cobb.
cover some ground. Yeah,
you could do that.
What?
Randall Cobb.
Could.
If we want to.
We could. We got to grab two people about his price range then at that point, unless we got something a little bit cheaper. I just was going to look down. I don't know if there will be, honestly, much of anything. No. Nope. Nothing. All right, so that is out of the question, and we kind of did talk about Cobb as well, and he should be the number one wide receiver this week. Yeah. Unfortunately, against a good Arizona defense, but I think that is a good pick as well for this week, Cole. Definitely agree with you. We got to slide him in. Now we only have our flex spot remaining. Let's see what we got for that $5,500 value.
There's really not much, huh?
No, I'm hoping we maybe get like a touchdown-dependent running back or something. Maybe we could grab Tony. He should be that wide receiver 3, though, maybe 4 splitting this week. We got Osborne from Minnesota, averaging about 9 points throughout the season. Jalen Reagor, who I believe he had a good week last week, he either threw or caught a touchdown. I forget which player was on each end of that one. Damien Williams. No. Let me see. I believe he is the starter this week. Yes, Damien Williams will be the starter this week, but they do play against the San Francisco defense. They're about average in the pack there, though. Could look Singletary. Cole, what are you thinking around this draft off here?
I kind of like KJ Osborne.
Yeah, I kind of think that too. Yep, they're this might be a run. We'll see if it's a run-heavy game or not for Minnesota. It is at home, so hopefully it cooks with him fully being healthy. We hope he should have a good, return and a good full week of play this week. I am going to go ahead and lock that one in. The only other player I'm kind of debating is Damien Williams, just due to the fact that he will be starting for Chicago at home as well this week. So another good kind of sleeper pick here. Let's go ahead and cover who we got. We grabbed Dak Prescott just due to the value. We did debate Joe Burrow as well, just against the Jets, but we're thinking if they're way ahead at that point, after the first half, they're just going to run the ball with Pirine and Mixon as well. Kind of what they did last week, sort of stuff. So we went ahead with Dak. That should be a great matchup and a gunslinging opportunity for Dak this week. We grabbed Austin Eckler just due to the fact that he's still averaging almost 20 points every single game. Has a great matchup at home against the Patriots. We grabbed Cordero Patterson, the old Vikings player, averaging still 17 points a week. That he should be utilized a ton against a Carolina offense that has not been looking very good so far this season. We grabbed Cooper Kupp because you just have to grab Kupp, lock him in on every single lineup this week. We grabbed Jacoby Myers as well as Randall Cobb, who we covered in our last video a little bit. We grabbed Jared Cook just for being that bigger target in the end zone this week. KJ Osborne for that flex position because he should be that third wide receiver for the Vikings and, like we said, a gunslinger type matchup. And then we did get lucky and we did keep the Cincinnati Bengals against the Jets. I think there's definitely room for multiple turnovers there just due to that quarterback situation with Zach Wilson. Not really sure what's going to happen there. We could have also looked, to swap out that defense, kind of take another one we were looking at with Buffalo, maybe gone up a couple dollars with our flex position, some of that stuff. But That's all right. We got a good defense for this week. Cole, anything else about our lineup here before we send her off?
Nope, not really.
Alrighty, perfect. Well, thanks for tuning in as always, and thanks to Cole for joining me as always. Make sure you guys follow us on our Instagram. We're going to be posting fantasy football updates all season long. Let us know as well how your holiday weekend went. You're probably watching this on Sunday, maybe Saturday, to prepare for that. Let us know what your plans are, how those are going and turning out for you. Me and Cole are hanging out this weekend. He's coming to visit, so that'll be a good time. Cole, I will see you then, and we will see everyone else in the next video. Make sure to subscribe up here in the middle, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Later.